Loretta is a mother of 6 and a grandmother of 22.
And a great-grandmother of 2. I'm a great-grandmother of 2.
And don't be fooled, she said, by how young I look. She's the great-grandmother of 2. In other words, Loretta gave it the office. Loretta thought her years of parenting were over. I mean, she has enough people to keep track of, like at Christmas time and so forth. She had successfully raised her own children. 12 years ago, she graciously offered to raise 4 of her grandchildren. This is what happens in some families. But for the past 2 years, 12-year-old Talia and 14-year-old Shasta, that she has been raising since birth, right?
Yes, just about.
Okay. They've been running wild, and Grandma says, I can't take this anymore, literally. What is going on? Now, you had a heart attack last year. 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from the stress, not the stress of raising the 22 grandchildren and the 6 kids. Today's kids are now stress, right? And so that gave you a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
She's on 9 different stress medications. Okay. Who's the worst?
Talia.
How old?
12-year-old.
What's she doing?
Well, first, she's having sex, unprotected sex, with 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and a 24-year-old. She did it outside, in the open, in a field where we live outside. And when I came home from the hospital, she was only 11 then. I came home from the hospital and all my neighbors had saw this.
They all saw her having sex with 3 guys?
And they came up and told me. They said, I didn't know where you were, but I knew you wasn't home because your little one has just been running wild. She smokes. She tells people that I allow her to drink and smoke. I don't. I just found out she's smoking reefer cigarettes. She steals. I caught her stealing out of my purse. You can't take her in a store. Some of the stores at home, I have to take her in, hold her hand literally, because she's not allowed in there for stealing. She calls me a wicked old bitch, a gray-eyed bitch, a fat bitch, a blonde-head bitch. She hates my guts. She wish I was dead. She told me that I better start watching when I go to bed at night. I better start locking my bedroom door because anything could happen to me. I take that as a threat.
Yes, I take that as a threat. To lock your own bedroom door against a grandchild. Mm-hmm. She threw a glass at her, missed her, broke the window.
It went right by my head and hit the window.
And what about the 14-year-old granddaughter, Shasta? Is she also out of control?
She calls me wicked old bitches, old fat-ass woman. She wears clothes, her and Talia both, that I send them out to school one way. They come back another. Clothes up their butt.
Now, I heard she was sneaking strange boys into the house.
Shasta. I got up one Sunday, Sally, to go to church. And I come downstairs, and Shasta's on the couch asleep. And I think, well, why is she down here? So I go in the living room because my drapes are all, messed up. I go, whoa. So I walk.
When she returned home from the hospital to recuperate, what happened?
The first one I went out for my outpatient surgery was 2 months ago, and I came home, I got in a fight with my daughter, and she had physically thrown me on my head, and I was literally crippled, threw me on my head in the kitchen floor, and I had to call my father to come get her out of my house. We have gone through this a couple times. When I came home from surgery, my serious surgery, and I stayed at my parents' house to recuperate. When I came home, I found out there was like mad people living in my house, all her friends. They were all like a big party Friday night. I came home, everything was gone through my room. All my clothing was gone or tried on and jewelry. We physically fought.
Should she have to lock, when she goes to the hospital for surgery, should she have to lock her doors so that nobody tries on?
And I let her stay home on her word. I didn't want to let her stay home alone. And when I came in, I hollered at her.
Did she go to school?
No, hardly never goes to school. Rarely ever. I cannot make her go. I have tried 5 different school programs because she don't like this one or she gets in fights in that one. She has been in programs, okay, that all she had to do was show up from 3:15 till 5 o'clock, an hour and 45 minutes, and she could graduate school. And she don't even do that. I had her in 3 different schools, 2 special programs. This will be her 3rd time repeating 9th grade. And this is no stupid girl we're talking about. This is a very intelligent, young, beautiful lady who is talented and is wasting away her whole potential, but I can't get it through to her. I was a rough teenager. She is ripping my heart out. I know what kind of life is ahead. I had her at 17. I was pregnant at 16. I lived on welfare. I worked and got off welfare and went back through training. Now I had to lose my job. Thank you. It was hard, but I did it because I took responsibility for my daughter, and she tells me that right now I am her responsibility and I cannot kick her out of my house.
Let's bring her out.
Bring her out.
Something, you're a mother, why are you not in school?
Why I'm not in school? Because I get in too much trouble when I go, and it's not worth it. If I'm going to get in trouble and I can't sit there and not get in trouble, then why am I going to go? There's no point in it.
Why do you get in trouble?
A lot of trouble in
I go to school. I just don't go inside the building. I go to school. I go inside. Shut up, why don't you shut up? I ain't got no big ass about that.
We don't want no violence. No violence.
All right, you.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the little lime green ensemble and your little pink shirt. You too. The one with the 2 bags of weave in her hair. Let me tell you something. Would you have any morals in your life? Sneaking men in your damn room, Miss Thing.
It says that her 11-year-old son, Corey, 11, is so wild and so violent that are you terrified of him?
Yes, I am. I dread 3 o'clock when he comes home.
This is her own child. As you can see, Victoria has a broken leg. How did this happen?
I was up trying to hang up a plant. He offered to help me. I said, no, thank you. I wanted to do it myself. And some dirt. He goes, well, you dropped some dirt on the plastic, and it was up on a plastic about 5 feet tall where I keep the wood. So that's why the plastic was covered over. And he wet it down. And, of course, I slipped and fell. Now I could either gone through the plate glass window, the kitchen window, or go the other way, which I hit the generator that was underneath because there's no more wood there, and then hit the cement there.
Now, this isn't like the first time that Corey has been violent towards you.
No.
Victoria was a witness to a crime, and she got their license plate, was it?
Yeah, I was writing down their license plate. I do a lot of fundraisers in my community and work with the sheriff's department, my job, which I loved. So I was writing down the license plate, and they came up, and I wasn't paying attention at the time, and they came up with the guns and brass knuckles and started beating me on the left side of my face.
She's doing a good deed. She's trying to report a criminals, and they left her for dead. She was left partially brain damaged. She, thank heaven, is in good shape now, came home from the hospital, and Corey kicked her over the coffee table so that when he did this, she hit her head on the fireplace, and that was more brain damage. Exactly what should not have to happen. Now, what did he say when he did this?
He was just laughing his head off. And I said, Corey, get up and do this now. He said, no, you stupid bitch.
Yeah,
and
he calls her fantastic names.
I went to go hit him, and I'm not one to hit, but I was just so furious at that moment. And there was a coffee table, and I went to go grab him so that he could look me in the eye, and he just went wham, and I wasn't real stable, and I just fell over backwards.
But there's a
and hit
lot
my
of
head
other
again.
problems. He hits kids at school for no reason, pushed a girl at school off a 4-foot mound.
Yeah, I'm suspended for that.
What's it doing to you?
It's tearing me apart because I'm trying to keep a family together and I can't. His sister, when I went to put her sister down to bed, she turned around and said, Mom, when you come back, will Corey not be a devil anymore? I've never called my son a devil in front of her. And she's 7 years old, and I said, Casey, she goes, he can be a good person, Mommy, I know it.
You told our producer I don't want to see him anymore because there's a knot in your stomach, right?
Yeah, sometimes I don't even want to, this is my son, and I love him. I don't want to even be near him.
And it's your child.
Yes, and I love him. I do.
Let's bring 11-year-old Corey out. Corey, you heard what your mother said, so I'd like to go over some of the things. Did you purposely make her fall off that plank?
I didn't do it. When she was watering her plant, the water leaked out the bottom, and it was sitting on the plastic thing. She slipped off and fell off a 4-foot thing, not 5'4". And she did it herself.
Is that
she
true?
didn't break her foot. She fractured her foot, not broke her leg.
Okay. You told us that that's not the story that Mother told us, so. You told us that Mother is, quote, a big faker and over-exaggerated. Do you think that? You do. How do you feel? Family. He had 3 kids, a wife, beautiful home. 3 months ago, all of it fell apart. Dell's 14-year-old daughter, Cece, was behaving so badly that she was destroying the family and tearing the marriage apart. So Dell had to make a decision. The decision is what we've been talking about. Can you divorce? Can you send away your own child? As a parent, Dell feels so guilty that he is desperate to get his family back together. I don't know if you can do it.
I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying.
Good for you.
There is a condition, and the condition is that your daughter Cece has to change.
That's right.
Okay, tell me what Cece was doing that would take a family out of a home and rip a family apart.
Okay. Cece was skipping out of school, doing drugs and alcohol, lying, stealing. I had to take my daughter to court and get a at-risk youth petition on her. Now she's under state supervision, living with her aunt. And she's still not going with the program of what the court says. Not knowing where she is at night, not sleeping under my home. We were a good family. We traveled, we did lots of family things together, and it's over, it's just over. And I'm really, really unhappy about it.
You know, first let me commend you. I speak to a lot of mothers. I rarely get to see a father, so. Does Cece, she's 14, does she know
14.
how you feel?
I don't know. I don't know if she knows how I feel.
Okay, let's bring out Cece. Cece. Cece, skipping school, missed entire quarters, smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, having sex at 12 with 2 different guys, caught by his sister in bed with a man drinking a bottle of Bacardi. Well, Cece, what is it? What's wrong?
I don't know what's wrong. He says I'm the worst kid he's ever seen and all this other stuff.
I never
Yes, you do say that.
I never say that. I support you 100%. I'm there for you all the time. I take you. I'm the one that saves you every time. I go out of my way to do anything I can to save you, to do what I can. I've done
It
everything.
ain't working.
Well, it's gonna work, because I'm not gonna give up.
It ain't working.
Why isn't it working, Cece?
How's it gonna work? He's gonna put me in lockdown until I'm 18.
I don't believe nobody.
Was anybody in here in a lockup situation? Or no?
Oh, yes.
What's it like? Is it great? Yeah, no, it's not.
1, 2, 3. At least 10 of them have been in lockup, yes.
And it's not where they wanted to be, is it?
No, but the reason one is in lockup
been in
is
rehab.
generally you've acted that way and then you get into lockup.
Okay, it's not my choice to put her in lockup. I am trying to keep her from going there. It is not my choice. It is the court's choice.
And it's her choice by what she does.
If she can prevent from going to this place by just following the rules.
Yes, do it, Cece.
Cece, why won't you follow the rules?
Because I'm not gonna listen to a piece of paper.
I'm not going to
I'm
listen
not
to
gonna
it.
listen to nobody.
Lawrence is a favorite of mine and the viewers because he's been there, done that. Used to be a drug dealer and a gang member. And by the way, came from a nice, loving family. Father was a Baptist minister, as a matter of fact.
Don't forget the crack addict part.
Sorry, Lawrence was a crack addict, no longer.
Recovering.
Recovering crack addict. You look very fit. You do.
I quit smoking crack.
Okay. Well, I never started and I never got that fit. But let's go with that. What's going on here? Can we go down to the end and start at the beginning?
Yeah, I'm a single parent of 4 children. And I think what's sad is that so many young people today don't understand just how good they have it. For me, it's like when I was sitting backstage listening to everybody's story and watching everybody's behavior, all these thoughts started running through my mind. I was 11 years old, Corey, when I started getting high, disrespecting my parents and, wouldn't listen. Lawrence was going to have it his way. And it took me 23 years to go back and fix all the garbage. And so what really sad is
23 years to fix the garbage?
23 years. I mean, I didn't really because I was stuck. I was stuck in my anger. I didn't know how to articulate what I felt, so I started acting it out in my behavior. And so, I was reading this book on the airplane on the way up here. It's called Sometimes God Has a Kid's Face. And it's from a place called Covenant House.